So I hope you have understood your conditional connective, and let's move on to our next connective, that is biconditional. So what does biconditional mean? It uses the words if and only if, or if, I double F. Okay, what do you mean by by? By means to. So here biconditional means that it is a conditional connective, but with, you can use it in two ways. Either you can say P implies Q, and you can say Q implies P. If this is possible, then you say that such kind of a statement is a biconditional statement. So what have I written here? Biconditional statement is a compound statement of two compound statements, that is P implies Q and Q implies P. Let me explain you this with an example. So what do we say? I have P as, we can have a video call of 8 people on WhatsApp. What is my Q? WhatsApp is updated to the latest version. Okay, now here I am going to use biconditional. So first I'll be using P implies Q. Okay, what will be P implies Q? We can have a video call of 8 people on WhatsApp if and only if WhatsApp is updated to the latest version. Correct? So this was P implies Q. Now can I say the reverse of it? Yes, I can say WhatsApp is updated to the latest version if and only if we can have a video call of 8 people on WhatsApp. Okay, so when we can say that P implies Q and Q implies P, it means that we are having a biconditional statement. Okay, so that is what I had written over here. Okay, so now let's understand the truth table for biconditional. What does the truth table of biconditional say? If it is very simple to remember, okay, either both should be true, then the resulting statement will be true, or both should be false, then the resulting statement will be false. Let's do it with the help of the example that we have already seen. We can have 8 people video call on WhatsApp if and only if the WhatsApp is updated to the latest version. Correct. We can have 8 people on video call of WhatsApp if and only if WhatsApp is not updated to the latest version. I'm sorry, that is not possible. Similarly for this, you cannot have 8 people video call on WhatsApp even though if it is the latest version, that is also not possible. Okay, and last one, it is exactly opposite this one. If you cannot have 8 people video calling on WhatsApp if your WhatsApp is not updated to the latest version, so you are indirectly saying the first statement. Okay, so this is what is biconditional. So we have seen all the five connectives, that is and, or, not, if then, and last one is if and only if or if. Okay, so that was your theory portion for your exercise 1.4. Now in exercise 1.4 you will be having the mix of all the connectives that you have learned up till now. Okay, so let's start with exercise 1.4. Again, two things I would like to mention over here. First, if you don't have the textbook, you can look into the PDF, and second one, I will not be solving all the questions. I will be only solving the ones which I think are important and needs to be explained. If you have any doubts, you can let me know. Okay, let's start with exercise 1.4 on page number 11 of your textbook. Okay, what is the first question? The first question says write the following statements write the following statements in symbolic form. Okay, I will be solving the third part of this. Okay, exercise 1.4, question number 1, part 3. Okay, what does it say? Even though it is not cloudy, it is still raining. Here you need to see the alternate words that is used for and. Here it is used as though. Okay, so now let's see how to go about this. Write the following statements in symbolic form. Okay, write the following statements in symbolic form. So we'll say first, let P be it is cloudy. Okay, what will be Q? It is still raining. Okay, so now what is given in the question? In the question it is given it is not cloudy. It is using another connective, that is not. So what will be the symbolic form? What will be the symbolic form? Symbolic form will be it is not cloudy. It is not cloudy, that is negation of P, and though is used, even though it is not cloudy, so it will be and the last one is it is still raining. Even though it is not cloudy, it is still raining. Okay, so this is how you write the statements in the symbolic form. Okay, so that was your first question. Now coming on to your second question. What does the second question say? Find the truth value of each of the following statements. So now over here you will be given a compound statement with all your connectives. So you have to identify which compound which connective is used in the compound statement, and accordingly on the basis of its truth table you have to find out the truth value of the given compound statement. Okay, so here also question number 2, here also I will be solving your third part. Okay, what does the third part say? What does the third part say? Here, every accountant is free to apply his own accounting rules if and only if machinery is an asset. As I told you, there is no need that the two simple sentences will be connected to each other. Okay, so here what is your P? Your P is every accountant is free to apply his own accounting rules. Okay, this is your P. If and only if, what is your Q? Machinery is an asset. Okay, so what is our symbolic representation? Symbolic representation is P double implies Q. Okay, so now here you are crystal clear that you have to use the truth table of this connective if and only if. So firstly what we'll do, we'll see what is the truth value of P. Every accountant is free to apply his own accounting rules. Is that possible? No, it is not possible, so it is false. Okay, what is truth value of Q? Machinery is an asset. Yes, machinery is your asset, so it is true. So now keeping in mind the principles of the truth table of if and only if, what will be the truth value of P double implies Q? It will be F double implies T. So now recollect, in this if and only if truth table, the values of the compound statement are true only when either both of the simple sentences are true or both the simple sentences are false. But here it is F double implies T, so it will be false. It will be false. So therefore the truth value of the compound statement is false. I hope you get this part. Okay, so that was how you go about this sum. Whenever you are asked to find the truth value of a compound statement, first tell them which are your two simple statements, then see which connector they have used and give it to them in the symbolic form. Then find out the truth value of each of your simple sentences, and ultimately using the truth table of the connector used, give them the truth value of your compound statement. Easy. A few steps. First step, define. Second, symbolic form. Third, truth value of simple sentences, and fourth, truth value of your compound statement. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, now in this sum you will have to make or construct a truth table if you want, if it is specifically mentioned. It can be solved without using truth table, and it can be solved with using truth table of your compound statement. Okay, let's read it. What does it say? If P and Q are true and R and S are false, find the truth value of each of the following compound statements. Okay, here also I will be solving the fifth part of this sum. Okay, so let's write down the question. Okay, question number 3, part 5. Okay, what does it say? It is bracket P or S implies R, or negation of P implies Q or S. Okay, so let's start with this sum. Okay, so first things first, what is given to you? P is true, Q is true, R is false, and S is false. Okay, so let's start with it. Just simply, the first method we are doing is without using your constructing truth tables. Okay, so just simply put in these values, in the given question. Okay. So putting the given values in the question, it will be bracket T or F implies F, okay, or negation of P implies Q, T implies T, or F. Okay, so now what is T or F? Recollect your truth table of your OR. In OR, the truth value of your compound statement is false only when both the statements are false. So here we have one statement as true, so it will be T implies F. Okay, or negation of what is T implies T? T implies T is always T. Recollect the truth table of if then. So in that it is only false when T implies F, but here it is T implies T, so it will be T. Okay, or F. Correct. So now what is your T implication of F? Just now I said it is F. Or negation of, what is negation of T? negation of T is F or F. Okay, now what is F or F? F or F is again F. Okay, so F or negation of F, that is F or F is F. What is negation of F? Negation of F is T. And what is F or T? It is T. So your answer to this big thing is only T. Okay, so this was our first method without using the truth table. But now we will have to use truth table if it is given to us in the question. So let's see how you construct your truth table. Okay, method 2 is construction of your truth table. Okay, so what is our question? Our question is P or S implies R, or negation of P implies Q or S. Okay, so always begin with whatever is given to you in the question. What is given to you in the question? They are the truth values of P, Q, R and S. So what is P? P is true. What is Q? Q is true. What is R? R is false. And what is S? S is false. Okay, give them numbers, column numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you are done with what is given to you in the question, always start searching for negation. So here, what is the negation? This negation is there for this whole part. Okay, but inside of that we have a negation of this portion. So what will be our next step? It will be finding negation of P implies Q. So first we write down P implies Q. This is your fifth. What is P implies Q? What is the truth value of P? Truth value of P is true. So T implies. What is the truth value of Q? That is also true. So T implies T is T. Okay, so this is T. Now what do we want? Negation of P implies Q. That is your sixth column, which is negation of 5. So what will be negation of this? It will be false. Okay, so then let's continue with this portion. Now we want negation of P implies Q or S. Okay, so now what will be our next step? It will be or S. So negation of P implies Q or S. What is this column number? This is 7. Now think, you have the value of this negation of P implies Q. What is it? F. So now F or F. What is F or F? It is F. Got it? So you got this value. Now you have to write down the negation of this value. So that will be negation of P implies Q or S. Correct? So now you want, this is your column 8. Now you want the negation of this. So negation of this will be T. Okay, so now you are done with this whole portion. Correct? Now coming on to this first part of the question. What does it want? It wants P or S. This is your column number 9. Okay, P or S. What is P? What is P? P is true. What is or? Or S. S is F. What is T or F? It is T. Okay, coming on to the next part. Now P or S implies R. What is that? P or S implies R. Okay, this will be your column number 10. Now what is the value of P or S? That is T. T. Okay, now T implies R. So implies, what is the value of R? It is F. So what is T implies F? It is F. Okay, so you got the value of this as well. Now coming on to the last part of the question, that is your 10. You can write this as P or S implies R, this part, that is your 10, or correct, or negation of this, negation of P implies Q or S, that is 8. So what will this be? 10 or 8? What is 10? It is F. What is your or? This is or. And what is 8? This is true. So what is F or T? It is T. So by one method or another, that is without construction of your truth table or with construction of your truth table, the final answer is true. I hope you have understood how do you make a truth table. Okay, so I hope you have understood the third question. Now coming on to the fourth question, which says, assuming that the following statements are true, assuming that the following statements are true, so whatever they have given to you, that is true. P is also true and Q is also true. Okay, find the truth values of the following statements. Find the truth values of the following statements. Let us read. The first one is P, Sunday is holiday. Okay. Q, Ram does not study on holiday. Ram does not study on holiday. Okay. So now in this statement, don't tell me that since there is not, it is a negation. No, this is a proper and a simple sentence which contains not. Okay, because they have defined it over here, that the statement itself is contains not. So don't tell me that it is negation of Q. It is simply a statement and it is Q. Okay, so now they are telling us to find out the truth values of the following statements. What is first? It says Sunday is not a holiday. Okay, now the question here says Sunday is not a holiday. So in this there is no not. So it will become negation of P. Sunday is not holiday, or Ram studies on holiday. So here it is reverse. So it will be negation of Q. Okay, so what is this? P is 2. So negation of T or negation of T. Negation of T is F. F or F, it is F. So the final answer is F. Okay, coming on to the second part. If Sunday is not a holiday, then Ram studies on holiday. If Sunday is not a holiday, so negation of P implies if then. Ram studies on holiday. So this is negation of Q. So this is again negation of T implies negation of T. So F implies F, that is T. Recollect your truth table of implies. In implies, only when true implies false, only then the compound statement is false, otherwise it is always true. Okay, coming on to the third part. Sunday is a holiday and Ram studies on holiday. What is say? Sunday is a holiday. That means P and Ram studies. So here it was not studies, here it is studies. So it is negation of Q. So it is T and negation of T. So it is T and F. So it is F. Okay, so this was your fourth question. Coming on to the fifth one. He swims is your first P and Q is water is warm. Give the verbal statements for the following symbolic statements.